The return of Harry and Meghan to the United Kingdom and a face-to-face encounter between the Sussexes, their children, Archie and Lily, and King Charles.
We know Meghan was adamant that she was staying put in California, would never, ever put a foot back onto English soil again unless someone was going to put a crown on her head.
For 6 years, the relationship between Prince Harry and the royal family appeared frozen in time. Public interviews, best-selling memoirs, court battles, years of silence. Many believed the divide had become permanent. Then, behind the gates of Highgrove House, something happened that few expected. King Charles welcomed Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet for a private family reunion, the first meeting of its kind in years. After everything that had happened, why now? What changed? And could this quiet meeting become the first step toward healing one of the most public family rifts in modern royal history? When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped back from royal duties in 2020, few could have predicted what would follow. The move to California was presented as the beginning of a new chapter, one built around greater independence, charitable work, and commercial opportunities outside the royal family. Instead,
But Meghan and Harry's American dream, their Californian dream, hasn't worked out, hasn't gone to plan the way that they thought it was. The adulation, the money. We've got to come back to money on this. It always comes back to finances with these two. The money hasn't come rolling in. It hasn't been a juggernaut of cash, which is what Meghan envisaged all those years ago when she was working out Brexit from the British royal family.
the years that followed brought a series of highly public moments that reshaped relationships on both sides of the Atlantic. There was the interview with Oprah Winfrey, Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, multiple legal battles in the United Kingdom, public disagreements over security, the media, and the role of the monarchy itself. As those events unfolded, communication between Prince Harry and his family appeared to become increasingly limited. Perhaps nowhere was that distance more visible than in the relationship between King Charles and his youngest son's children. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet had spent most of their lives in California, separated by thousands of miles from their grandfather. That changed on Friday. Buckingham Palace confirmed that King Charles III welcomed Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet to Highgrove House, the King's private Gloucestershire residence, where they met privately with both the King and Queen Camilla. The reunion marked the first family meeting of its kind in years and immediately became one of the most significant royal stories of the year. But while the meeting itself made headlines around the world, it also raised an entirely different question. Why did it happen now? The meeting itself lasted only a short time. Its significance, however, extends far beyond a single afternoon. According to Buckingham Palace, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and their children joined King Charles and Queen Camilla at Highgrove House, one of the King's most cherished private residences.
It's the King's private estate. It's where the King goes to relax in his beautiful gardens. His gardens at Highgrove are very famous. It's one of the King's favourite royal estates. He loves to be there. And that is where he hosted the Duke and Duchess of Sussex with their grandchildren. It's where he met his grandchildren. He's only met his grandchildren a couple of times. And so this meeting has been 4 years in the waiting. 4
Unlike Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle, Highgrove has always been associated with family life rather than official ceremony. For Prince Harry, it is a place filled with childhood memories. Long before royal duties, international tours, and global headlines, Highgrove was where he spent weekends with Prince William, surrounded by gardens their father carefully developed over decades. That made the location especially meaningful. Rather than choosing a formal royal setting, the reunion took place in an environment closely connected to family rather than institution. Many royal observers saw that choice as symbolic. It suggested that this meeting was less about public appearances and more about personal relationships. For King Charles, the occasion carried its own significance. The monarch has spoken frequently over the years about the importance of family, and following his cancer diagnosis, many commentators have suggested that spending time with loved ones has become an even greater priority. While Buckingham Palace has released very few details about the private conversation itself, the fact that the meeting took place at all represents a notable development after years of public distance. But family reunions rarely happen in isolation. There is usually a reason they happen when they do. And that brings us to the question many royal commentators immediately began asking. Why now? After 6 years. Timing is often everything. For years, opportunities for a reunion appeared limited. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle built their lives in California, while King Charles continued carrying out an increasingly demanding royal schedule in the United Kingdom. This visit changed that. Prince Harry had already traveled to Britain for a series of charity engagements connected to the Invictus Games. According to reporting by the Associated Press, the timing created a rare opportunity. With Archie and Lilibet still on their summer break before returning to school in California, and with King Charles's official diary planned months, even years, in advance, there was only a narrow window during which a private family gathering could realistically take place. That urgency may have made the moment difficult to postpone. For many observers, another factor also cannot be ignored. King Charles is continuing treatment for cancer while maintaining a demanding schedule of public duties. Although Buckingham Palace has consistently emphasized that the king remains active, his health has inevitably changed the way many people think about time and family. Royal commentators have suggested that moments once considered optional may now feel far more important. A grandfather seeing his grandchildren, a father reconnecting with his son. Those moments cannot always wait for perfect circumstances. Still, timing alone doesn't explain everything, because while circumstances created the opportunity, many believe something else had changed as well. Not inside Buckingham Palace, but thousands of miles away, in California. Once the reunion was confirmed, attention quickly shifted from the meeting itself to the circumstances that made it possible. After 6 years of public distance, why had both sides agreed that now was the right moment? There is no single official answer. Instead, several explanations have emerged from royal commentators, each offering a different perspective on what may have influenced the reunion. One of the most detailed came from royal commentator Sarah Louise Robertson. In a recent interview, Robertson suggested that both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle may have reached an important turning point, although for different reasons. According to Robertson, Prince Harry has increasingly expressed a desire to reconnect with Britain. She believes that after several years in California, Harry has become more aware of what he misses most. Not royal duties or public ceremonies, but family, familiar places, and the country where he grew up. That assessment reflects Robertson's interpretation rather than a confirmed statement from Prince Harry himself. Even so, it echoes a broader theme that has appeared in media coverage over the past year: that Harry has continued returning to the United Kingdom despite legal disputes, security concerns, and ongoing tensions with the royal family. For Robertson, those visits suggest something deeper than official engagements. She believes they point to a personal desire to rebuild family connections. If that interpretation is correct, then this reunion may have been about far more than one afternoon at Highgrove. It may have reflected a growing recognition that some relationships become more important with time. But Harry was only one half of the story, because many observers were equally interested in Meghan Markle's decision to make the journey. When Meghan Markle left Britain in 2020, few expected she would return to a royal residence anytime soon. The years that followed were marked by public disagreements, high-profile interviews, and repeated media speculation about the future of her relationship with the royal family. That is why her presence at Highgrove attracted almost as much attention as the reunion itself. For some observers, the visit represented a practical family decision. For others, it carried deeper symbolic meaning. Sarah Louise Robertson believes the Duchess of Sussex may now view rebuilding family relationships differently than she did in the years immediately following the move to California. She argues that changing personal and professional circumstances could have encouraged a more pragmatic approach to relations with the royal family. That is Robertson's opinion, and other commentators have offered different explanations, including the possibility that the reunion simply reflected a shared desire to put family first. Without direct confirmation from Prince Harry or Meghan Markle, the motivations behind the visit remain private. What is publicly confirmed is that Meghan attended the meeting with her husband and children. That alone marked a significant change from expectations held by many royal watchers only a few years ago. Still, while the reunion ultimately went ahead, the days leading up to it were far from straightforward. Another story had already begun dominating the headlines, one that centered not on Highgrove, but on Buckingham Palace. Before the reunion took place, attention briefly focused on another unexpected development. It concerned where Prince Harry would stay during his visit to London. According to reporting by the Associated Press, royal officials initially invited Harry to stay at Buckingham Palace during his trip. However, the offer was later withdrawn after he did not respond within the requested time frame. The episode quickly became a headline in its own right. The Associated Press reported that the changing arrangements highlighted continuing tensions between Prince Harry and royal officials, even as preparations for the family meeting continued. Royal households operate according to carefully planned schedules. Accommodation, staffing, security, and logistics are often organized well in advance, particularly when senior members of the royal family are involved. Viewed in that context, the reported misunderstanding reflected the practical challenges of coordinating private family visits within the framework of a working monarchy. At the same time, the story reminded observers that reconciliation is rarely straightforward. Relationships that have experienced years of disagreement are seldom repaired in a single conversation. Yet despite those complications, the meeting still happened, and in many ways, that may have been the most significant development of all, because once the headlines surrounding logistics began to fade, attention returned to something far more important. Not where Prince Harry stayed, but what this reunion could mean for the future of the royal family. Beyond the headlines, the analysis, and the years of public disagreement, one image stands out above all the rest: a grandfather spending time with his grandchildren. For King Charles, the reunion at Highgrove was about more than constitutional roles or royal protocol. It was personal. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet have spent almost their entire lives growing up in California, thousands of miles away from the family into which they were born. Although King Charles has spoken warmly about the importance of family throughout his public life, opportunities to spend time with Harry's children have been rare. That is why this meeting carried such emotional weight. It wasn't a state occasion. There were no formal ceremonies, no balcony appearances, no public speeches. Instead, it took place behind closed doors at one of the king's most treasured private homes. For many royal historians, moments like these often matter far more than the public ever sees. Relationships are rarely rebuilt through headlines. They're rebuilt through conversations, shared meals, quiet moments, time spent together. No one outside those walls knows exactly what was said, nor should they. Some family conversations are meant to remain private, but the fact that the meeting happened at all suggests that despite years of public disagreements, both sides were willing to take a first step. Whether that step leads to lasting reconciliation remains uncertain. But for one afternoon at least, family came before everything else, and perhaps that's the most important part of the story. History shows that repairing fractured family relationships takes time. One meeting, however significant, cannot erase 6 years of public disagreements. The Oprah interview, the publication of spare.legal disputes, media interviews, public criticism from both sides. All of those events remain part of the family's shared history. Yet reconciliation rarely begins with dramatic gestures. More often, it begins quietly. One conversation, one visit, one willingness to listen. Royal commentators will undoubtedly continue debating what motivated the reunion and what it may mean for the future. Some believe it marks the beginning of a gradual rebuilding of trust. Others remain skeptical, pointing out that many difficult issues have yet to be resolved. Only time will reveal which view proves more accurate. For Prince Harry, the reunion may represent an opportunity to strengthen family ties while continuing to build a life in California. For King Charles, it may simply have been a chance to spend precious time with his son and grandchildren. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. The story has entered a new chapter, and after years defined by distance, that alone is significant. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left royal life in 2020, few imagined that 6 years would pass before a private family reunion of this kind became possible. During those years, disagreements played out on the world stage. Books were published, interviews were broadcast, legal battles filled newspaper headlines. At times, reconciliation appeared almost impossible. Yet history often reminds us that families are more complicated than headlines suggest. Behind every institution are people. Behind every public disagreement are private relationships. The reunion at Highgrove does not erase the past, nor does it guarantee what comes next, but it does represent something many believed might never happen. A conversation, a shared afternoon, a grandfather spending time with his grandchildren. Whether this becomes the beginning of a lasting reconciliation or simply a brief pause in a long and complicated story remains to be seen. For now, perhaps the most important fact is also the simplest. After 6 years apart, they finally sat down together. What do you think? Could this meeting mark a genuine turning point for the royal family, or is it simply one step in a much longer journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more in-depth royal analysis. Families can spend years apart. Sometimes, one meeting changes everything. Only time will tell.